You know what's up. You know what's up, gentlemen. You know what's up. It's your boy John, back with another finest video. Another one of his finest videos. I fucking compromised that statement, didn't I? I'm going to talk about a bit of a hefty subject today, okay? Oopsie daisy. That wasn't part of the video. It wasn't staged. Or was it? Who the fuck knows? Serious subject though, okay? Depression. What does depression feel like? I'm sure many of you have had the experience of depression. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? It's amazing. I actually find it pretty funny because I've been through it. I usually have depressive spouts, and I don't have sympathy for when I go through it. Alright? I'm not talking about other people. If you've got depression, please go and see a mental health practitioner. Go get yourself some help. Okay? This is not a medical video. And this is not a mental health advice video either. I'm ranting. Okay, I'm just merely saying my thoughts about the subject. But when I get depression, when I get spouts, I get bouts of depression. I've never been in a... Well, the only time I've been in a extended period of time... Jesus, how did I word that? When I've had depression for an extended period of time, a long-term depression, it was probably 6 months. That was the only time in my life where I've had it for a long term. I don't know if I'm gonna have it again, but usually when I get it, it usually lasts for a few days, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 days. Those days feel like months anyway, but I usually get it for a few days. And I don't have sympathy for when I get it. I don't cry and bitch like I used to, because what is depression? It's a feeling of just complete overwhelm. Okay, you're overwhelmed. You feel like you're carrying a massive weight on your shoulders. You feel like the whole world's on your shoulders. And your thoughts turn against you. They are not for you, they're not working with you. They are the complete opposite of what you want to be. So they're making you feel like shit. And you get so many of these thoughts, you get overwhelmed by it. Sooner or later, you just fall under the feeling of whatever the thought's telling you. And you collapse. You fall into a pit of depression. And you don't want to do anything because you actually believe the thoughts now. It's very hard not to. Very hard not to believe the thoughts because they become very overwhelming at times, and they're attached to a certain emotion as well. So the emotional charge plus the thought, a beautiful cocktail of destruction. Now I've got another view on depression. I've got a metaphysical view of depression. Okay, depression is essentially the devil trying, well, let's say negative entities, negative spirits. Okay, negative spirits trying to stop you from achieving what you're supposed to do, or stop you from doing what you're supposed to do. That's what's going on. Because these entities don't want to see you succeed. So they use your mind and they use your emotions to feed off whatever emotional negative charge of thought you have. They use it to feed off it, basically. These are energetic beings, entities. They feed off your negative symptoms. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to try and make you feel as shit as possible. They're going to try and make you feel as shit as possible to bring you off your path, to make you turn into a stagnant individual. When you remain stagnant, you decay. And when you decay, you die. And they want you to die because they don't want you to go to heaven. They don't want you to see heaven on this earth either. They want you to die. Okay? A metaphysical death, sure. Sometimes even physical. Why do people commit suicide when depressed? Why? Because these people don't want these things, not these people, these entities. They want to see you die a metaphysical death, and once you die a metaphysical death, sometimes it even leads to the physical, and you just want to exit this world. You don't want to be here anymore. Okay? Now, I don't have sympathy because it's a battle of willpower. It really is. It's a battle of willpower, man. It's the ultimate test. When I get depression, usually it takes a while for me to actually realize that I'm in a depressive rut, because it always starts with complacency. Always. My depression always begins when I become complacent. Always. Because my routine begins to stagnate. I stop doing the things that I was doing previously. I become very complacent and lazy. I start to skip certain things. I start to sleep in a little bit more. I start to perhaps drink a little bit more. And I just do these little things, these tiny little habits okay, of things that I eliminated, but now are slowly creeping back because of complacency. The same goes for meditation and being present, okay? So let's say I spent a long time being present, but then I become complacent with being present, and sooner or later some thoughts come in and I become complacent with the thoughts. I actually take the thoughts seriously, and I'm like, that's okay, I'm present, I'm a spiritual being now, it's fine. I don't need to not take the thoughts as seriously as before. I can just take them as seriously as I want. I can choose. And what happens is you begin to then believe the thought streams. You begin to believe the thought streams and what it's telling you, and it then takes you to far dimensions. It takes you to good dimensions and bad dimensions, and you believe all of it. You start to then get sucked back into the illusion of what your mind's reality is. And when that happens, you're in for a disaster, because that's usually when depression starts to kick in, because now you believe your thoughts. So my take on depression is you need to get back to reality. Number one, you need to start to socialize. And I know everything, when you're depressed, everything feels like shit. Everything. Taking a shower feels like a chore. Eating a meal feels like a chore. Going out for a walk in nature feels like a chore. I know, gentlemen, I've been through it many times. I hate it. It's something that I don't enjoy, but at the end of the day, I have to do it. I have to go for my walk. I have to do my 100 push-ups. I have to do my daily meal plans, okay? What motivates me is, literally right now, because I'm in a bit of a rut, what motivates me is when I look at myself in the mirror and I look at the progress I've made. I'm like, damn son, I've made progress. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting off the boat. No way. You can fuck off, mate. You can fuck off, Mr. Devil, Mr. Lucifer. It ain't happening. You're not going to win. But yeah, I'm not telling anyone off. It's not your fault that you're depressed. It's just a thing that happens, and it's a part of life. You have to go through it. I've gone through it many times, and you get out of it, and then you go back in and you get out of it, and it's just a part of life. But what really matters is, how do you handle it? How do you respond to it? Do you let it get you down? Do you let it take you over and completely erode your sense of self? I mean, it does erode your sense of self, but do you let that stop you from doing what you're supposed to do anyway? That's what really separates the 1% from the 99%. Because 99% of people will let the thoughts, let the entities, let all of that dark, depressive shit, they will let it take them over and kill them. You can't let that happen. You can't let it happen. Okay? And I know you won't. Because we're fucking warriors on this channel, yeah? Yeah, mate, we're warriors. And we've got the Most High backing us. We've got the sword of the Most High, gentlemen. You read that Bible, throw all your depression and anxiety on him, he'll deal with it. His light will deal with all of it. Trust him, and everything will be fine. You're feeling bad now, let's say. Let's say you're feeling bad right now. Accept that you're feeling bad. It's okay, you're allowed to feel bad. Speak to the Lord, have an intimate relationship with the Lord. I've already said this, I'm going to emphasize it again. If you want to succeed on your self-development journey, you have to have a relationship with something divine. I don't care what it is. I'm not a theological, I'm not a theological policeman. I don't care what you believe in. Just make sure that it's a higher power, and it's not something that you can control. It's something you hold yourself accountable to. Okay, so for me, it's God, the Most High. Okay, and He manifests, it manifests through the universe, through this nature, through the trees, through me, through you, through this phone, everything. That's my accountability done. He holds me accountable. When I fuck up, He holds me accountable. He judges me. Okay, and I feel the judgment. You need to have one of these for you, so that you know that yes, you're feeling down right now, but this too shall pass. Okay, gentlemen, take it easy. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you later.